Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Yeah, please kindly like, share, subscribe. Let me also know your thoughts in the comment section. So Chelsea 2, Fluminense 0. What a wonderful performance by Chelsea yesterday. It was actually amazing. Chelsea did their best. They controlled possession. In fact, it was actually a tough game, but Chelsea came out on top. Fluminense is not really an easy side, to get a win over. I think they have not lost in this competition. They have not lost. This was their first loss in the club World Cup. So I'll be talking about Chelsea. Maresca tried his tactics today. They were actually on point. But I think the best players on the pitch today, Caicedo was actually a beast on that pitch. In fact, man was running the show from the midfield to attack, Then the man of the match as well, Joao Pedro. That guy was very, very good today. Like the both goals were exquisite. They were fantastic. The way he was striking the ball. I don't think Chelsea have had a good striker like that who strikes the ball except Diego Costa. Lukaku tried a little bit, but his pattern of play was not actually matched with Chelsea. Chelsea were not playing to his strengths. Lukaku was not really that good. Tammy Abraham was a little bit okay, but And Nicholas Jackson, I've not really seen him. I think he has only scored once outside that 18 box. But Joao Pedro, his striking abilities, he's actually got it. He's a top-notch player, and I think he's going to grow into his role. Delap and Kowe were suspended in this game. There was no Lavia, but you wouldn't even miss their presence because Chelsea were solid. Apart from two nervy moments at the back, Tosin and Chaloba were actually, I think Tosin, Chaloba and Kowe should actually be the first choice centre backs because Tosin and Chaloba, they did a fantastic job yesterday. Although there was also a controversy about the ball that hit Chaloba's arm, his hand. They were claiming a penalty. I think apart from those moments, they were really solid. With maybe the clearance that Cucurella made. Cucurella preserved Chelsea's 1-0 lead at that point in time. That's the Fluminense striker beats Roberto Sanchez. I don't think Sanchez is actually the best goalkeeper, from my own opinion. I think Chelsea should actually recall some players into the squad, especially Marco Cucurella has been doing fantastically well. Maybe at the top 5 left backs, he should be included. Mendes is actually very, very good, but Cucurella has no substitutes in Chelsea currently, apart from Malo Gusto, who is technically gifted at they use most times on the right back and that left back spot. I think Marco Cucurella needs a backup option. The guy was fantastic yesterday. Marco Cucurella, Malo Gusto, Tosin and Chaloba. The backline was fantastic. So yeah, I'll give it to them. Cole Palmer, I didn't really see his best in this game, although there are still flashes of brilliance, and we know his quality, but I think he actually needs to get back to his best. Enzo Fernandez is actually trying. He's improving. He's actually a gem. He's trying in that midfield. The connection between him and Caicedo. Caicedo does all the jobs, but Enzo Fernandez, we can't take it away from him. And Pedro Neto, that guy is actually improving. He's good. Once he can stay fit, I believe he's going to make a very, very good player. He's actually a good player. He can actually improve, Nkunku tried, but he was missing chances here and there. I think he might be sold, but I won't take it away from him because the Nkunku of that Bundesliga, Nkunku was extremely good. I think that is why Chelsea signed him. He was looking good in Chelsea before he got his injury, and since that injury, he has not been himself. But I feel he's still going to get back to his best, but he needs patience. But I don't think his play suits Chelsea though. I think he has to find another club. Since I heard Bayern Munich is trying to bid for him, I think he should go to Bayern Munich. And the substitutes, they also tried. KDB has been a squad player. Santos, Reece James came back fully fit. So yeah, Chelsea are in the Club World Cup final, and they actually have a good chance of adding another trophy to their cabinet. Enzo Maresca is always trying to be a tactical genius, although I don't feel Chelsea is actually the finished article yet. They are not. They are still improving as a team. They have to play together, maybe still this season, but they're actually moving in the right direction with maybe one or two good signings. If they can actually get a good goalkeeper or bring back Petrovic, I think Petrovic might still be an upgrade on Sanchez, because Sanchez was always kicking the ball long, and he was missing targets. I think Petrovic should actually be given a chance. If you can make a good sale from Sanchez, why not give Petrovic a chance? Petrovic and Jorgensen, I think they would also do well. I was actually rooting for Kepa as well, but Kepa has been sold to Arsenal. So that's about yesterday. The whole team tried, but I'm going to give it up for Chalobah, Tosin, Cucurella, Caicedo, Joao Pedro, Pedro Neto, Enzo Fernandez. They were actually brilliant in yesterday's win. They were actually brilliant. And I think Chelsea actually need a backup for Cole Palmer, somebody who is going to, give us that quality. They need that quality. We want to see those flashes of brilliance in football, just like Kevin De Bruyne, Bruno Fernandes. We love people with that quality, that give us that kind of quality. Football is a sport that we actually have to enjoy. We actually have to enjoy the sports. We actually have to enjoy football. So we need people who give us, those moments of brilliance, like Messi and Ronaldo, Mbappe, Haaland. They have given us, something to talk about. I think Cole Palmer, I don't know if is just suffering from maybe the pressure on him due to a young player and all that. But I actually think he can improve, and Maresca should, try to see how to get him back to his best. That guy under Posh was actually a beast. He was a beast, and since Posh left, although some managers would improve your form, they will make the players look better and all that. Then for Nicholas Jackson is actually facing that pressure of Dilap and Joao Pedro, which I quite understand, yes. But the chance he squandered late on that he was supposed to square to Cole Palmer to tap into an empty net, he quickly played it trying to score by himself. I think the coach should actually talk to him. He should be worked on psychologically, mentally. They have to tell him to relax. Football is not just about you scoring goals alone. Like the coach has always said, that he prefers to have 3 strikers who maybe share 10 or 15 goals among themselves than having just a player that scores 40 or 50 goals. I think most of the times why people love Messi more is because of his ability on that teamwork. They feel Ronaldo is after goals alone. Although Ronaldo has evolved, and he actually does the basics, which is the teamwork, which comes first. So Nicholas Jackson should actually take that, learn. You have to play with the team. You don't only have to score goals. Yes, Joao Pedro scored 2 goals, and you are pressured that am I going to sit on the bench? But I think Jackson can also fit in. Jackson can also fit in. Jackson can be playing from the left wing, from that number 7 position. He can actually do well as well. He was not a striker. He was only converted into to that striking role, you know. So last season he was the only person there. So no matter when he even earns a red card, he comes back, he goes straight into the starting lineup. But this season, this new season, going into this new season, it is not going to be like that. He has the likes of Dilap and Joao Pedro to compete with. Kudos to Chelsea. Kudos to the board. They're actually doing a great job. If they can keep, Lavia fit, Reece James fit, and let's not forget too, Fofana is there. Fofana is also a good defender, not very very good, but I would say okay, he's actually a good defender, which can actually be a boost to the squad. And they actually need a large squad, because after playing this Club World Cup in America, you come back, some of the players are exhausted. They didn't have their holidays. Why other teams, their players are on holidays? You might actually mentally you might be drained and stressed. So I think they actually need a big squad. Going to the fact that they also qualified for the Champions League, I feel some players that have been dished from the squad that they want to sell, they should actually be recalled into the squad. At least every position inside the squad inside the team has to have 2 players each, minimum of 2 players. And considering the fact that some players are actually injury prone, players like Lavia, Fofana, Reece James, that actually always go on injury, you need to have extra covers for them. So I think maybe Renato Vega should be brought back into the squad. For me, that is what I think. He should be brought back. Him and Ben Chilwell, I think they should be reinstated into the squad, because you actually need a cover for Marc Cucurella. Cucurella has played a lot of games. In fact, Cucurella and Cancelo, they have been the most present players in the Chelsea side that I have seen, and they actually need backups. Then I think Petrovic too should be reinstalled into this team. Petrovic is needed. For me, that is what I think. Chelsea are trying to balance those books, but I think instead of selling Petrovic, why not you can sell Nkunku? If you're actually going to sell, Noni Madueke, because considering Mustafa Williams is coming back, you still have other wingers on loan. Kennedy Paez also going to Strasbourg. So you have to keep the squad and give these young players a chance. So if a good offer comes in for Madueke, I think he's going to be sold. Then also for Jackson, if a good offer comes for him, like the Chelsea board, they have stated that if a good offer comes for any player, they are going to sell that player. And also, I think playing Roberto Sanchez would actually increase his market value, which maybe a good offer might come for him and he might be sold. That is what I think, because I think Petrovic deserves a chance. He did it in his first season when he came in under Porsche. After Sanchez went out injured, he actually did a good job. So I feel these players should be given a chance to prove themselves. Where you have Mike Ependes, Gaga Solina, and the rest, they should actually be loaned out to have more experience. Even if you don't want to sell Sanchez, maybe you have to loan out to Jorgensen. But I think Petrovic deserves a chance. And there are going to be lots of games this season. You play the Premier League, the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, the Champions League. Players might get injured. Players might be tired that you have to rest them. So the people on the bench who are not playing regularly, they have to come in to play. And when they impress, you have to give them a run. Okay, you you have to play in this match, you have to, give them a run. This is competition. Just like last season, Jorgensen was playing in the conference league. You assign them to each league. Yes, you don't play those leagues regularly, but when the time comes, that player has the time to show what he's made of, and you can easily maybe rethink your choices if you want to make Petrovic the number one. I like Petrovic, honestly speaking. I think he's a good keeper. I've studied his growth in Strasbourg, and I think he deserves to keep for Chelsea. He's actually a good goalkeeper. I think more better than Roberto Sanchez. Don't get it twisted. Sanchez is also a good keeper, but I think Petrovic deserves a chance. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Today's match is between Real Madrid and Paris Saint-Germain. Who do you think is going to meet Chelsea in the final, and who do you think is going to win the final? Let me know your predictions. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you.